What if the only thing standing between you and starvation was your ability to fix what others have thrown away? In The Mechanic, author Marie Wilkens delivers a gritty, high-stakes entry in the popular EMP survival series, focusing on a protagonist whose greatest asset isn't a stockpile of guns, but a toolbox full of wrenches. This is not just a story about surviving the blackout. It is a detailed exploration of mechanical ingenuity, resourcefulness, and the critical importance of technical skills in a world where technology has failed. When an electromagnetic pulse wipes out the grid, a skilled mechanic finds themselves in high demand and high danger as communities scramble to restore power, water, and transportation using old-world methods. If you are interested in practical survival skills, the value of trade expertise, and thrillers that highlight competence over brute force, this audiobook will keep you engaged with its realistic tension and technical depth. Wilkens begins by depicting the immediate chaos of the EMP, showing how quickly modern conveniences become useless relics. The audiobook format is particularly effective here, as the narration is tense, grounded, and deeply immersive. The narrator's voice acts as a seasoned survivor explaining the mechanics of collapse, delivering the text with a pacing that mirrors the urgency of a ticking engine. Listeners feel the frustration of dead electronics and the relief of finding something that still works manually. It creates an atmosphere of pragmatic urgency, replacing panic with problem-solving. The core of the book details the specific challenges of maintaining infrastructure without electricity, from repairing diesel generators and fixing vehicles to rigging alternative power sources. Wilkens provides granular details on mechanical processes, troubleshooting techniques, and the scavenging of parts from abandoned cities. She explores how the protagonist's skills make them a target for warlords who want their expertise, as well as a lifeline for neighbors trying to survive. These sections are instructional and thrilling, offering a toolkit for technical resilience. The narrator guides listeners through these mechanical concepts with clarity, ensuring that the technical aspects enhance the realism rather than bog down the plot. It transforms abstract engineering concepts into tangible survival advantages. One of the most compelling aspects of The Mechanic is its focus on the value of specialized knowledge. Wilkens argues that in a post-EMP world, a good mechanic is worth more than a gold bar. She discusses how trade skills create leverage, build community trust, and provide a sense of purpose when everything else has fallen apart. These insights are practically useful and psychologically empowering, appealing to those who value self-reliance and craftsmanship. The audiobook captures this respect for labor with a tone that is respectful and serious. It reminds listeners that hands-on skills are the backbone of civilization. The book also addresses the moral dilemmas of helping others versus protecting oneself, discussing how the protagonist navigates requests for repairs amidst scarce resources. Wilkens shares stories of betrayal and gratitude, showing how technical aid can forge alliances or invite exploitation. These reflections are ethically complex and emotionally resonant, adding depth to the survival narrative. The narration handles these interpersonal dynamics with nuance, creating a vision of a world where every favor has a price. It invites listeners to consider the weight of their own capabilities. As the story progresses, the threats escalate, forcing the mechanic to use their skills not just for repair, but for defense and escape. Wilkens describes scenes of improvised weaponry, vehicle chases, and strategic fortification, blending action with technical creativity. These sections are exciting and inventive, marking the transition from passive survival to active resistance. The audiobook supports this arc of empowerment, with a pacing that allows for the satisfaction of a job well done under pressure. The mechanic concludes with an invitation to learn a skill. Marie Wilkens leaves listeners with the understanding that in a powerless world, knowledge is power. For preppers, DIY enthusiasts, fans of survival thrillers, or anyone who appreciates the art of fixing things, this audiobook is an essential resource. It proves that when the lights go out, the ones who can make things run will lead the way. So put on your headphones, grab your tools, and listen. The engine is waiting to start.